Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 8th Street Connection Show, the Week 7 edition. Hard to believe it's already Week 7. Got my lovely co-host here, Devin Shell, as always. How you doing, sir?
We are feeling fantastic. It is the weekend. Football, football, football is all that's on the mind. No one around me. I don't give a damn about anything else in life.
Shell was telling me he's already got bets on for each game slot of the week for college football. I can only imagine you got the same rolling for NFL tomorrow.
Absolutely. And a little bit later, I'm going to tell everyone how they can double their net worth. We'll discuss that a little later.
If that's not a tease, I don't know what is. He's not the best in the business for nothing there. All right. With that, let's move on to the Week 6 review. It was a big week. A lot of the contenders and pretenders definitely showed their true colors. So we'll start with what Tom had as his biggest pretender, Matt Zebarth, who put up a measly but nice 69 points against Team Victory Lap, who had 88 points. So Zeebs falls to 2-4, while still being one of the top total league or point havers in the league thus far. And Casey improves to 3-3. So, what are your thoughts here on the two squads, real quick?
So, two squads. I've been saying it for a couple weeks now. Casey's team is starting to build some sort of momentum, and I'm terrified because I'm in the same division. I don't know if there has ever been a more accurate description of a team than what Tom had put on Meat Beaters. He puts up a 170 on me and then just shits the bed back-to-back weeks. His team is dead. His running backs are dead. It's over.
Good night. I know. I'm in the same boat. He put up like 130 or 140 against me like the week before he put up 170 against you. It's just like the worst. I mean, I'd get to play him again at least. But, I mean, his bench had 3, 2, 4, and 2. He doesn't have anything else. His max points were had at 69.
Yep.
And Casey had a bench spot and had everyone go over double digits.
Yep.
A-Rob 15, Manuel Sanders 21, which we'll get to Manny Sanders and Casey not playing them later. 12 points for Duke Johnson, 10 for Deshaun Jackson, 27 for Mitch Trubisky. So deep squad there for Casey. So I agree. He looks like he's going to be sitting pretty moving forward.
Yep.
Next game, Shell, we had your squad take the second loss of the season. Is that one game losing streak for you?
2 out of my last 3 I've lost. Not in a good place. Honestly, I don't know. I was very upset with the Tyler Boyd shitting down my chest. That one sucked, but I don't know. Todd Gurley is an absolute monster, and I just don't understand how he would get under 30 points. My squad, I mean, some of my guys showed up. My quarterback got me 7. Dion Lewis is absolute shit. Amari Cooper got murdered. That's all I want to talk about. It was very frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it's super tough when Jared Goff only passes to Robert Woods, who Isaac has, and then every touchdown goes to Todd Gurley, who Isaac has. That's a very tilting game.
Every time they got in the red zone, I prayed, and then it just slapped the shit out of me.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I still like your squad, but Isaac's team is looking really solid, at least until something happens to Todd Gurley. He's just the most valuable asset fantasy seen in a long time. Another game of teams who are now 4-2. Tommy Potter gets back on the winning streak, moves to 4-2, and Ellie drops a game to go to 4-2. Ellie had Rodgers and Graham on Monday night. Tom thought he was gonna lose Monday night. It became pretty close, only a 10-point game. Overtime could have done it if Graham got a touchdown, but both teams put up a very respectable over 120. Tom with 135. He had 40 points out of his kicker and D.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane. That really does it. Anything you got to add here? I think the two good teams, not really much to say.
No, honestly, it's not. These guys are going to be banging they got good teams. Both good 4-2, respectable scores. Tommy got a good win. That was a good win. So in college football, if he was trying to get into the playoff, that's a good win. Good point.
That's an RPI booster right there.
Absolutely.
Key win. All right, so the next game we had the battle of the 1-4 squads. Chuck's dream pulls out a win. He put up 114, which might be a season high. Good for him. DA put up 109. He didn't really have any points left on the bench. He optimized his lineup to his capabilities. Then Chuck's dream, Brett really got put over the hump with Latavius Murray finally showing out in Delvin Cook's absence. But DA's team and Brett, I still think Brett has a solid team with a chance to sneak into the playoffs if things goes his way.
Yeah, Brett. I mean, Brett's.
Oh, wait, he didn't even start Latavius Murray.
That's what I was about to say. Brett's bench was phenomenal.
Yeah,
really showed out.
I had thought he started Latavius at flex over Fitz. I was mistaken.
I wish I could get on to Weight Room Optionals text messages, and I want to see the amount of people that have reached out trying to do the 2-for-1 for Mr. Thielen, or it's got to be insane.
Rumor has it is he is shipping Thielen. He's on the block. So
Thielen is on the block.
Yeah. Breaking news. No. Breaking news. Adam Thielen's on the block. At least that's what he texted me. So if you want him, text DA. He needs all the help in the world. So
that would be you'd give up the farm for something like that, man.
I mean, him and Thielen are just unbelievable, consistent point scorers right now. It's literally unbelievable. Thielen's the first player to put up 100-yard games in 6 straight, to start the season. All right, on to the next one. Another 4-2 or two teams who are 4-2 after this week. We had Rudy's Chance sneaking out a victory over Party Like an ACL tear, 107.5 to 106.5. So this came down to the Packers D for Traps on Monday night. He needed 9. I think technically he needed 10 due to the second decimal, the hundredths place would have been leaning towards Rudy's Chance. But anyways, that's technicality. Stat corrections show nothing, so Rudy's Chance gets the win. Rudy's Chance has to be the worst 4-2 team ever. I don't know. I just didn't like it, but his wide receivers did just enough this week with Demaryius Thomas and Crabtree, both washed, but both put up touchdowns. So,
yeah, I was screaming at that Packers defense for a different reason Monday night. Traps just needed points. I needed them to actually be competent.
And they didn't either.
A little bit of a pass rush would be sweet. Like, if they would have gotten 2 sacks, Trevor wins. They don't know how to fucking do that. That's all I want to talk about on that end, though. Traps team, if Kareem Hunt can kind of get back into that early 2017 mode, he will make up for a weak RB2 position. Stephon had a rough week. Patrick Peterson absolutely killed him. But, no, it was Sorum keeps squeezing out victories as many times you keep saying he's the worst 4-2 team we got.
I know. It's like watch, rinse, repeat. Sorum's team's not looking great. Sorum ekes out a win. Picks up terrible wide receiver. Like, it just happens.
Yeah.
All right. So the last game of the week was the game of the week, which it shouldn't have been. That was a mistake on my part. My terrible squad put up 82 points against the Angry Dragons, or I guess the Desperate Dragons now. I don't know. He got a big win against me. Should be like the Happy Dragons or something. Anyways, I started Jameis Winston with the stream of the year for 30 points. Played him with O.J. Howard. Got that massive stack for 45 points. The rest of the team combined for just about nothing. Had 3 points from my kicker and D combined. 2 catches from each of my 3 wide receivers I played. I could have, and then my 2 wide receivers on the bench had 2 catches as well. It is just bad. Saquon went off on Thursday night. I wasn't looking pretty all week. Hey, I know, crying to be ignored.
Daily, baby. Ugh.
You got any bad things to say about my team or good things to say about Austin's team?
I don't like saying bad things about your team because I don't like putting you down. I would be feeling really bad at 1-5, and I would appreciate a little less weight. I don't like being picked on. I'm not going to pick on you. With that being said, though, you need Andrew Luck. You want him. Jameis is not going to lead your squad any longer.
Jameis had 31 points. I don't need Andrew Luck.
I mean, Stinner, my division is so freaking good. The Desperate Dragons, the Happy Dragons, it doesn't matter. Casey, Victory Lap, myself. I legitimately am starting to believe I'm the worst team in my division with the best record.
I think you might be, and you probably have the most points scored too. But
I do.
Like, I mean, minus Melvin Gordon.
Hey,
I love Melvin Gordon.
I'm not picking on you. You don't need to pick on
You're
me.
right. You're right.
Desperate Dragons had a good week, but
yeah. All right. We'll move on to the free agent report for week 7 here. 2 $10 bids. We had one going to Ricky Seals-Jones for Team Victory Lap, who is in desperate need of a tight end. He had Ricky Seals-Jones 2 catches for 12 yards on Thursday night. Almost as many, or he had just as many yards as Casey put fab dollars on him. So that was a big acquisition. Tommy Potter put $10 on Greg Zerline. Nobody else put a single dollar on Greg Zerline. No, that's wrong. Part like a ACL tear put 2 on him, which is I thought was interesting. He already had Gostkowski, but whatever he wants to do with his fab is fine by me. Chuck's Dream had $8 on Doug Martin. Marshawn Lynch is banged up. And then nobody else put any money on Doug Martin, which I thought was pretty surprising. And then Desperate Dragons picked up Matthew Stafford as Big Ben's on bye this week. So nothing too big this week, but I had to point out the RSJ for Casey. That was a pretty bad pickup in hindsight. All right. So that brings us to what is the week 7 exclusive interview for the 8th Street Connection League. So I will turn it over to that. We'll transition to the 8th Street Show exclusive interview with Dylan Alderman this week. I'd like to thank Dylan for taking the time to sit down with us. I don't think we're having technical difficulties currently.
Oh, that's totally fine. Whoa.
And now we're going. No, we're not. No, we're not. I had this working earlier.
It doesn't want to happen.
Us here. First things first, Dylan, I got to ask you, what do you think about the bad loss we took to Brett Bergeson last week?
And we weren't really ready for it.
Dylan, rumor has it that you aren't very creative in bed. No foreplay, no extracurriculars. Is this all true?
Just penetrate.
Poor Becca. That really is too bad. She deserves a lot better. Dylan, run me through a typical Saturday night downtown Fargo for you.
Yeah, it's fun to see those new guys as I'm looking to set guys up. But
right, and that brings me to my next question. First thing you want to do when you enter the gay 90s downtown?
I was able to get in and bounce off some bodies.
All right, so the question everyone is asking, what are your thoughts on this week's matchup against my squad, your top 2 running backs on bye and needing to start 2 bench running backs?
But they bring a lot of energy off the bench and a couple that are starting. And so it's exciting to play with those guys. And there's a steep learning curve, obviously.
A steep learning curve. You got that right. Kind of like myself in the matchup this week. But anyways, Dylan, could you please weigh in on a very heated debate for us? Do you prefer a nice butt or a nice pair of boobies?
A bum.
Dylan, if this turned into a bench-off league instead of a fantasy league, what would be your thoughts on everyone's chance to beat you?
Basically, you're all fucked.
Whoa. This is a family show, Dylan. No cussing. I think we'll have to wrap up the interview after that answer. Still appreciate you taking the time to get interviewed today, though. All right. Thank you, Dylan. It was almost like he wasn't here right away. That was weird. I don't know what happened there, but glad he was able to come by and stop in for an interview.
That was nice.
All right. So on to week 7. I personally am in desperate need of a win in week 7 as I take on the sorry weight room optional squad. So here's the deal. If I lose to Dylan this week, who has his top 2 running backs on bye, it is seriously time to consider just hanging up the towel for this year. Like, I can't lose. He's starting Nyheim Hines, who never plays anymore with Marlon Mack back. Alfred Blue, he picked up off waivers, starting him. Willie Snead, who I kind of like actually in a revenge game, but that's beside the point. I don't know. I kind of like my team. Obviously, projected 10 points more. Kerryon Johnson's going to be seeing a bigger role with Theo Riddick out, but I don't know. I've had bad luck. I've made bad decisions. It's been a bad year so far. Shell, what are your predictions for this game?
This is an ugly, ugly game. 2-1-5 squads. This could be a toilet bowl preview. Toilet bowl preview. Put it on week 7. That's what this is. Alfred Blue, Nyheim Hines, Willie fucking Snead. This could be the ugliest roster ever put into the 8th Street Connection League in history. But Adam Thielen, Marvin Jones, the GOAT, Mr. Brady, could do something. The Rams defense could put up a 20 spot.
Justin Tucker
could do a 20 spot. It's going to be like one of those weeks where Dylan literally, he needs a Tommy last week. He needs 40 out of his D and his kicker.
Yeah.
Your end, Kerryon Johnson just needs to be unleashed. Joe Mixon will get his. Yeah. I predict you by a large margin.
Let's go. I needed that. That's the confidence we need. Start a big run.
But, so this is another thing, too. It is proven when you come on this show, you are 3-0. 3-0. Lock it up. 3-0. So, because he wasn't in here in person.
Whoa. You were just at an interview. What are you talking about?
I do not count that as being with us. He is not guaranteed a victory. This does not go on the perfect resume. So everyone,
but it'll probably count if he ends up beating me, though.
That is when I will accept it, yes. Only if he wins.
It's a win-win this week for the guest show record.
Pin zone, baby.
All right, next game. We have Team Victory Lap 3-3 versus Chuck's Dream at 2-4. This, guys, is a crazy matchup, and let me tell you why. I got word yesterday morning that Chuck's Dream's sister is in Duluth this week and wanted to hang out with Casey. So usually I would say, Chuck's Dream, add 10, 15 points to the projection, add 10, 15 points to Casey's projection, but they're playing each other. What do you think gives here, Shell?
This is some wizard-ass sorcery shit. This is what we were needing weeks ago for Chuck's Dream. But is this some sort of evil plan that Casey has to lay the pipe to her to end Chuck's dream? It's all happening so fast. I don't know what to think of it. I am going to talk about this matchup, though. Casey, please, for my sanity, I try and get Emmanuel Sanders from him on a weekly basis. I try everything. He literally called me after the game and said, you know what? I don't really even need Emmanuel. It drives me fucking crazy. I want him on my team, but he won't give him to me. He just rot on the bench, 24 spot. It's fine. Larry Fitzgerald, just when a couple weeks ago we said his fantasy relevancy is dead, he survived somehow, the old bastard.
It's basically dead. I mean, he had a touchdown, but he still had 4 for 4.
Casey's going to give the pipe to Chuck's sister, and he's also going to give the pipe to Chuck's Dream. Team Victory Lap is going to get a victory this week. I don't see any other way this out.
I hope he takes a loss so he learns his lesson from sitting Emmanuel Sanders all the time. Even though it's not even that bad of a sit, like Mark Ingram and Philip Lindsay and Sony Michel are all solid starts, obviously. But all right, next game we have the Party Like an ACL Tears, who are 4-2, versus the Meat Beaters at 2-4. So one person went this week or on Thursday, and that was Royce Freeman, who locked into a touchdown from the goal line, giving Zeebs a 9.5 point game out of him. But other than that, I mean, I don't mind Zeebs' team this week. I think he's got some good matchups. AJ Green versus KC. That'll be a shootout. Kamara, I think he'll be more involved this week. Cooks against San Fran. They've been bad. They were bad against the Packers last night. David Njoku versus the Bucks. They're the worst defense in the league. Like, he's got some good matchups, but Traps' team is just better overall. So I'm kind of leaning that way. What do you think?
I will never pick against my president on this show, on the record. However, off the record, I agree with you 100% that a lot of meat beaters players have favorable matchups, especially if Alvin Kamara can go back to, not fully go back due to Mark Ingram, but at least be competent.
Right.
Like last Monday night. Especially, you know, if Cincy gets in a shootout, which they will with the Chiefs, because everyone has to when you play the Chiefs. AJ Green, big points. But let's go back on the record. I'm taking ACL tear because I don't go against my guy. Tariq Cohen putting up points like he did for me in weeks 1 and 2 of 2017, then died. But now he's just on the – and Jordan Howard's on the – so I'm going party like an ACL tear.
Yeah, I like Tariq Cohen this week, actually. I think I'm going to play him in DFS. But that's – yeah, good value pick right there.
Hey.
Now we just need the teaser from Shell's lock of the week in the NFL.
So if anybody plays daily fantasy, put Tariq Cohen in. That shit you get for free from Bolger. He's a winner.
All right, we got the next game is Tommy Potter versus the Desperate Dragons. Win here for the Desperate Dragons puts them over 500. No longer desperate. Kind of rooting for that on a team name narrative. But anyways, Tommy Potter started David Johnson, who touched the ball about 20 times and managed.
Hold on. Points. Breaking.
What is that?
I do have a trade proposal. I just received it approximately 10 minutes ago. I just got it, though. What the? David Johnson is on the table.
Yes, he is. I've heard many people are interested in him as well.
Put up a poll for the squad, for the whole league to know, because I just enjoy tormenting Tommy's heart. He throws me a trade. He wants my boy. He wants my boys, Devontae Adams and Ty Montgomery. He is willing to give me then his kicker, Doug Baldwin and David Johnson.
His kicker.
Steven Gotkowski, David Johnson, and Doug Baldwin. What do you think, Bold? Just initial reaction.
I don't really like David Johnson. I don't know if I've been hurt by him since I drafted him this year, but I don't think the change from Mike McCoy to Byron Leftwich is going to be significant enough to restart his fantasy greatness from 2 years ago.
Hey, so great little bit. Never saw the footage before of Byron Leftwich playing at Marshall, literally being carried by his offensive lineman. Fucking balls. That's what you're going to do to David Johnson's season. Pick him up and carry him.
Oh, shoot.
But no, back to the matchup. A little off track. David Johnson, though, I'm thinking about doing that trade. I don't know. I'm thinking. Anyway, Cam Meredith, now that Ted Ginn is officially RIP in peace, Matt Breida's the guy in San Fran, which...
It's not Raheem Mostert?
No.
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan offense. Yep, I like that. Having Ertz, Gronk is pretty sweet. That'd be cool to have. Desperate Dragons, though, like I just keep talking about how great my division is because we are the best division in football. Yeah, I need Tommy Potter to win, but I just don't see how it's going to be possible this week. I don't.
Dude, Saquon's going to go up for 40 points against the Falcons on Monday night, and it's going to be magical.
Eli Manning will not throw the ball over 10 yards, but he will have 350 yards passing.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yep, and Tyreek's going to feast, even though, he gets beer thrown in his face, he chokes out his pregnant girlfriend. However you want to look at Tyreek Hill. Not great, dude. Great fantasy football player, though.
Yeah, that dude went hamski against me last week. Yeah, that was tough. All right, so here's the deal. We got 2 games left. I can't choose which one I want to be game of the week. So we got game of the weeks. We got perfect matchups in both. Both teams are all 4 teams are looking good at 4-2, and there's good narrative connections between them both. So we'll start with Zeke and Destroy versus the Fighting CJ's LA squad. 4-2, putting up 120 points on the regular. Isaac's team, maybe the best team in the league. Obviously, these guys roomed together for about 19 years. So there's a lot at stake this week. Who do you like, Shell?
Oh, if I was a betting man, which I am, this would be a game I would stay away from. This is tough, man. Looking at the team, just because I got my ass spanked by CJ. Zeke and Destroy, really good team. His boy Zeke is starting to turn it around slowly. If the Cowboy offense can catch up to the 21st century of how offenses are supposed to, kind of work, Zeke could feast. Alshon, Mike Evans, Jordan Howard, though, his flex, I'm just looking. He doesn't have any better options.
No, it's tough with Cooper Kupp out. That was his guy. He's been hot.
Yep. His team's deep. Both these teams are deep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got options. I got to go CJ just because he kicked my ass.
I'm going CJ too, just because LA's starting Flacco and Ben Watson instead of Graham and Raj. Yeah, so I think that's just enough, coupled with Cooper Kupp being out for that one. So then that brings us to the other game of the week, which is Shell, your squad, Mia Khalifa's lucky day versus Rudy's chance. Both you guys are 4-2. Storm, like we mentioned, eking his way to 4-2. You're kind of backdooring your way into 4-2. A couple losses lately, Shell, but I think your team sets up well this week with T.Y. Hilton finally coming back, Kenny Galladay coming off by.
Need it. Hey, I got a bone to pick with you too. You chirped my D.D. Westbrook. My D.D. Westbrook's always going to get me touchdowns, and he's going to do it again this week. Blake Bortles loves D.D.
I don't like him as much this week. Last week I played him in DraftKings. He set up well.
Yes.
Cowboys love the short crossing routes, and that's what D.D. Westbrook excelled at.
I need my quarterback to kind of light up the Niners, and I don't care if Todd Gurley gets a couple here and there this week. Jaguars bringing in Carlos Hyde, not going to play. That obviously shows that they don't really like T.J. Yeldon. That's how I look at it. So he's going to suck, Sorum. If Crabtree gets some sort of bullshit touchdown, I'll be really upset. Kirk Cousins, I feel like the Vikings at the Jets is kind of a trap-ish game. I want it to be because I hate the Vikings with a burning passion. I legitimately think they could struggle with the Jets.
I think that it's more likely it's a shootout than a –
Don't say that. No.
Yeah, a shootout and we struggle with them than a low-scoring struggle with them. That's just my opinion.
Big news, Devonta Freeman going on IR, hurt your cause. Tevin Coleman, then his workload just goes.
No. 50% of the snaps last week with Ito Smith. My Ito Smith is going to be better than Devonta Freeman would have been.
We need it. I need it. I need Ito Smith to feast.
Let's do it.
I also need my boy, Deonta Foreman. I'm waiting for him to come back, baby. He's going to lead my RB2 charge to the title.
That's a lost cause if I've ever heard one. All right. So I'm assuming you have yourself in this matchup. I'm picking your squad.
Yeah.
Storm will probably end up winning, but I'm picking your squad.
Wow.
All right. So that's about all for the show this week, Week 7 show. Last thing I do want to say here is I have a complete list of punishments. I don't think we've gone through this, have we yet, Jill?
You've kind of hinted at a couple. Give me the
list.
List.
But I have a complete list here, so I'll run through them here. So my punishment is to do the 6, 12, 18, 24 challenge at draft day. If you want to know what that is, it means you have to do 4 separate events: running miles, drinking beers, eating donuts, and jacking off to completion. Each 4 of those have to be done at 6, 12, 18, or 24 times within 24 hours during draft day. Would be a heck of a punishment. Would be fun on draft day. I suppose it'd be fun for 11 other people. Dylan's is Frosted Tips from week 1 or from draft day to the first win of next season. Trevor wants to have the loser do open mic comedy night, which personally I think would be great comedy for everyone involved, but that's just me. Brett wants a bikini and leg wax for the loser. That one would probably hurt more than be embarrassing. Patrick wears Zeebs' man thong at draft day. So you have to wear it on the full draft day. Have to tee off with at least one hole, solo, whale tail, play bags in the thong. I'm sure Zeebs would love to join you, twinning with the man thong. Shell, yours is logo of your team tattoo, or logo of your team tattoo anywhere on your body, and you pay for it. Is that right, Shell?
That is correct. Preferably an ass tat.
I mean, that's where I would put it, but I would not pick that one. Tom has tried the method on Chuck's sister, which I think is the worst punishment of the group. That's just
what is that?
The method. It's Zeebs has like a method from back in the day. He would Facebook message a girl like a certain script, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, what if at that point Chuck's sister and Casey are like going steady? We can't have that.
Yeah.
I have a couple options that I'm trying to talk to him to change, but anyways, Bruggs has go to a drag bar and sit by yourself on a weekend night. So that one's not entirely embarrassing or terrible, but more just depressing, I think. But anyways, Zeebs is take the ACT and post the scores to the league chat. I like that one a lot.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's always a classic one. Ellie loser has to run a play from the Himian playbook on an unknown girl at a bar on draft day. So I like that one. Would be pretty fun with all the boys there watching. Isaac has just changed it today, actually. So this is big news here. He wants you to enter a bodybuilding contest where you get judged on stage and let everyone know beforehand about.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that one would be really funny. And then last but not least, we have the Desperate Dragons owner, Austin Nelson, who wants you to bring a sex doll on a date at a sit-down restaurant. In his own words, bonus points if you bring him to a movie after the dinner, and you do not need to share what is done after the movie to the group chat, but everything prior needs to be shared.
Holy, that's good. I would do that one. That'd be funny.
That would be funny. That would be good. All right, with that, I think we said it all for this week. Good luck, everyone, in week 7, and we'll catch you next week.
I got one last thing, Bolts.
All right, let's hit it.
My tease from earlier. I want everyone to double their net worth. Put all your money on it. It doesn't matter. The Patriots, -3 at Chicago. Khalil Mack, they just kind of got spanked by the Dolphins. Tom Brady is on fire right now. Lock it up. Throw all your money on it. There you go. I'm betting a lot of money tomorrow. Let's do it.
All right, so we'll see you in week 8 when Devin Shell is broadcasting from his box under the bridge in Grand Forks. Take care.